Hello, this is Tim Reidy for America Magazine. We're on the rooftop here of America House in Midtown Manhattan. And today we're talking about Catholic newspapers, specifically newspapers published by Catholic dioceses. Now, it's never been easy to be an editor of a Catholic newspaper. You have to serve both the Catholic public and also have a fruitful relationship with your local bishop. Unfortunately, in some cases, this leads to examples of newspapers that are often more press release vehicles for their local bishop or diocese rather than a true newspaper. Now, just last month, two newspapers with a long history received some troubling news. First of all, the Archdiocese of Minnesota withdrew its recognition of the union that represented the journalists at the award-winning Catholic Spirit. That staff has since been reduced and they've been moved into the communications office. Then in Philadelphia, the over 100-year-old newspaper, the Catholic Standard and Times, the Archdiocese announced that it would be shuttered and replaced by a website. Now, some Catholics may not mourn the demise of local Catholic papers, but in many ways they should. These papers provide news of events in Catholic areas that they may not otherwise know about, and also connect them with the larger church. Now, we understand it may be necessary for some dioceses to cut back on the publication of some print newspapers for cost purposes, but in those cases where possible, they should be replaced by a website. It's important for Catholics to find some outlet to learn about local Catholic news, especially at a time when local newspapers are not providing that coverage. It's also important to note that websites that appear under a Catholic banner need to be fair and have the same standards of print media. Unfortunately, there are a lot of Catholic blogs and websites out these days that focus on the church that are sometimes biased and uncharitable. So if a diocese is going to set up a website, it needs to make sure that those same standards apply online. Now, what are the standards that should guide Catholic journalists? Well, this is a question that was taken up last month by Archbishop Claudio Maria Cheli at the Catholic Media Conference. He told those in attendance the Catholic press has to live up to the same professional and ethical standards as the press in general. And this includes the search for truth, fairness in reporting, and respect for human dignity. Now, this is good advice for any journalist, Catholic or not, to follow. This is Tim Reidy for America Magazine.